Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shelly with the Vintage Hen and Chick, and today I've got 3 trash to treasure thrift flips using milk paint, Dixie Belle patina products, and IOD transfers. So if you love easy thrift flips for beginners, rust patina techniques, and budget-friendly DIY home decor, you're in the right place. Now let's get started. For project 1, I have this wall pocket that I picked up at a garage sale for $1, and this is the perfect kind of piece to use the Dixie Belle patina paints on. And so I'm going to be using a combination of the Dixie Belle patina paint in the color bronze, copper, and iron. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint the entire wall pocket with a combination of these colors. I'm going to start on the outside of the wall pocket and work my way in, kind of overlapping each color, not being fussy about how anything looks. That's the beauty and the fun of the patina paints. You never really know how things are going to look when you're done. So I'm going to start with the bronze and do the outside of this wall pocket. Then I'm going to use the copper and then the iron and work my way in, overlapping the paint as I go. I'm going to do the front, the sides, and the back of the wall pocket as well as the handle. And then once I have the first coat of patina paint on, we're going to let it completely dry and then move on to the next step in this rusty patina process. So I let the first coat of the patina paint completely dry, and now I'm coming back with the second coat. And I'm going to apply the paint in the same color pattern that I did before. And then once I have the patina paint on, the second coat on, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the patina spray, and you want to spray your patina paint, the second coat, when it's still wet. So I'm going to continue to put the patina paint on in the same areas that I did before. And again, I'm not being fussy about how things look because it's going to give it a unique look with different patinas all over the wall pocket. So I have my second coat of patina paint on. It's still wet. And now I'm going to take my patina spray and I'm going to start out with the Dixie Belle yellow patina spray. And I have my spray nozzle set on the mist, and I'm going to mist the handle and the entire pocket with the yellow patina spray. And as soon as I have that done, then I'm going to come back with the Dixie Belle green patina spray, again with the nozzle set on mist, and I'm going to mist the green spray right over the yellow, over the handle and over the entire wall pocket. And we're just going to let it run and drip and do what it's going to do. And so I'm going to apply the patina spray to the entire wall pocket. I'm going to do the front and the sides, the back and the handle. And then I'm going to let it dry for about 24 hours and let that patina develop. As your patina products start to dry, it's going to start to develop that beautiful patina look. You'll start to see some changes in about 45 minutes. This is my wall pocket after I let it sit overnight, and it developed a beautiful patina over the entire pocket. I love the way it looks. And so now I need to seal this project in. I wanted a flat finish on this project, and so I'm going to be using the Dixie Belle clear coat in the flat finish, and I'm just going to give the entire pocket one good coat of top coat over the front, the sides, and the back, and the handle, and then we're going to let this completely dry, and then once it's dry, this project is complete. I love how the Dixie Belle Patina products give this piece so much character, and I hope you do too. Everything I use for this project is available on my website, thevintagehenandchick.com, and I will leave that link in the description box below. For project 2, I have this black wooden candlestick holder, and I picked this up at a garage sale as well. I think I paid $1 for it. I like the black paint on it, but we're gonna do something fun with it, and we're gonna add some milk paint over that black. And for this project, I chose Sweet Pickins Flour Sack Milk Paint. And if you've never used milk paint before, it comes in a powdered form, and you just mix it equal parts milk paint to equal parts warm water. I stir it up really well for about 2 minutes to make sure all that milk paint dissolves in the water, and then I let it sit aside for about 10 minutes to thicken up. And so I'm gonna give the candlestick 2 coats of the milk paint. You can see on the first coat, it does go on thin, and that's okay. Once you start to get your second coat on, it's really gonna start to give you that really good coverage. And what I like about this color milk paint is it's going to chip, and we're gonna see that black beneath it. It's a classic black and white combination. So I'm gonna give this candlestick 2 coats of milk paint. We're gonna let it dry completely in between each coat, and then we'll move on to the next step. So I gave the candlestick 2 coats of the milk paint, and I let it dry completely. And as you can see, we already have some beautiful chipping and crackling going on. And so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my 220 grit sanding sponge, and we're gonna sand the entire painted surface. And this is gonna do a couple of things. First of all, it's gonna smooth that milk paint out to a buttery smooth finish, and it's going to chip off anything that's gonna chip off in any areas. Any of the loose paint that's gonna chip, the sanding is gonna help that happen. So I'm gonna sand the entire candlestick, getting all that loose paint off, and then once that's done, we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so I've completely sanded the candlestick. As you can see, we have some beautiful chipping and crackling, and now it's time to seal it in. And I'm gonna be using the Sweet Pickins beeswax. It's a clear wax, and I'm gonna use a wax brush, and I'm gonna just apply 1 coat of the wax all over the entire candlestick. And what's probably gonna happen is you're gonna continue to get some chipping as you're using that wax brush and applying the wax, and that's completely okay. You just wanna make sure that all your chipped paint is gonna come off. So I'm gonna apply 1 coat of the beeswax to the entire candlestick, and then I'm gonna let it set aside for about 5 minutes to really let that beeswax absorb into the milk paint. And once I've done that, then I'm gonna come back with a dry paper towel, and we're just gonna buff off the extra wax and kind of burnish it and bring out a nice matte finish to the candlestick. So I'm just using a dry paper towel. You can use a dry cloth, an old t-shirt, whatever works good for you. And I'm just gonna buff back all the excess beeswax, and then this project is going to be complete. I'm obsessed with how this milk paint turned out. That soft, chippy finish gives this candlestick so much charm, and I love that black and white combination. What would you use milk paint on? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your ideas. For project 3, I have this adorable birdhouse that I thrifted, and as you can see, it needs a little bit of a refresh. The colors are a little bit outdated and the birdhouse is a little bit banged up, but we're going to take care of that today. And so I'm going to be starting with the Dixie Belle chalk paint in the color Mermaid Tail, and all the areas on the birdhouse that are kind of that maroon burgundy color are going to get painted with the Mermaid Tail. And so I'm going to give those areas 2 coats of the Mermaid Tail. We'll let it dry completely in between each coat, and then we'll move on to the next step. And as you can see, this Mermaid Tail gives this birdhouse beautiful coverage, even just with the first coat. I will do 2 coats though, just to make sure everything is covered good. Let this dry, and then we'll move on. So the Mermaid Tail has completely dried, and now it's time to refresh the rest of the birdhouse. And for that, I'm going to be using the Dixie Belle drop cloth chalk paint. And so anything that's white on the rest of the birdhouse, I'm going to give 2 coats of the drop cloth. So I'll give it the 2 coats of paint. As usual, I'll let it dry completely in between each coat. And then once that's done, then we'll move on to the next step in this birdhouse upcycle. The birdhouse has gotten 2 coats of paint all over. Everything has dried really well, and now it's time to embellish it. And for that, I chose to use the IOD Transfers Lover of Flowers. And what I did is I just went through this transfer set and I cut out different flowers that I thought would look beautiful on this birdhouse and coordinate with the colors. And so I'm just going to start applying the transfers all over the birdhouse. And if you've never applied a transfer before, it's very easy. You just peel off the backing sheet of the transfer you're using and you lay your transfer down on your surface. And then you're going to use that clear plastic stick, which is the transfer tool that comes with all transfer sets, and you rub it over the transfer, and then you will start from one side of the transfer and work your way to the next, slowly lifting up that transfer vellum as your transfer is applying to your surface. And so I'm applying a combination of flowers and text around this entire birdhouse, and I'll just keep applying all these transfers in the same manner, removing the transfer vellum, laying the transfer down, using my transfer tool to rub over the transfer, and then starting from one side of the transfer and working my way to the next as I slowly peel up the transfer vellum and attaching my transfer to the project. Now the entire birdhouse needs to be sealed, the transfers and the paint. And so I'm going to be using the Dixie Belle clear coat in the satin finish. And I'm just going to give the entire birdhouse one good coat of the satin finish, let it completely dry, and then this project will be complete. How cute is this? I love how these IOD transfers totally transform this plain birdhouse into something special. Have you tried IOD transfers yet? Let me know in the comments below. And if not, what project would you start with? Thank you so much for watching today's video. And if you love these trash to treasure thrift flips, be sure to subscribe and hit that like button. And let me know in the comments, which project was your favorite? I'll see you next week for more DIY fun. Thank you again and have a wonderful day.